Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Hello MCU Shields. This is a video especially for you. Right now you're cheering about the success of Wakanda Forever. Great reviews, great score on Rotten Tomatoes, and you're doing your victory parade all over again. We beat DC's Black Adam. That's not really much of a victory parade, is it? Beating Black Adam. I mean, I'm a huge, passionate, biased DC fan. I love Black Adam. It was a great time at the cinema, but hardly the greatest of victories when your movie isn't peak MCU box office. But I want you to enjoy your success, because do you want to know DC's biggest victory over Marvel is yet to come? DC's biggest victory over Marvel is 2 words: James Gunn. Because after May, he exclusively is going to belong to Warner Brothers Discovery. And he's going to be, or he is actually, the co-chair of DC Studios. And this is Marvel's greatest loss. MCU Shields, when you go and see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, this is going to be the biggest reminder of your loss. You lost him, and he's going to be ours. All these years, you've been sticking it to us DC fans. But apparently the DCEU was so bad that Captain America Civil War was exactly the same movie, like a film that you deem as so bad, Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice. I wonder why Civil War is so similar to BVS. Ooh, I can't think. Your Lord Feig is such a genius and so original, right? That Civil War was literally the same movie that you deem as bad. Amazing. So you've been sticking it to us DC fans all these years. But to think that your greatest writer-director, a person, the only person Feig's ever allowed integrity of artistic freedom, is going to go. Your greatest ever creative is going to be running the new blueprint for DC Studios. So when you see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, remember that day. Remember your experience. You are going to be reminded of what you're not going to have anymore. So after all those years of sticking it to us, DC got won over Marvel Studios. A shared universe that James Gunn envisions, his blueprint of movies, TV, animation and games, spanning one story. All of a sudden, DC will come to life because of one James Gunn, a person you actually had at your studios and have let go. Talk about the biggest own goal ever. Talk about the biggest own goal that your Lord Feig has allowed to happen. He's such a good president of Marvel Studios, he allowed your best creative to join DC Studios and be its leader and forge an exciting, brave future for DC. Now, you may not understand the enormity of this own goal by your Lord Feig, but you will. In a couple of years' time, on the next Superman movie, it would say, produced by James Gunn, PGA. He's actually going to be running DC. He could have, of course, been Kevin Feige's partner. He could have made him co-president of Marvel Studios. But when you're running a dictatorship, you don't want anyone to share your glory. This is Kevin Feige's greatest loss. This is Marvel Studios and their fans and their shields' greatest loss. It's going to be undeniable because David Zaslav has enabled a new era at Warner Brothers Discovery and at DC Studios, the newly formed DC Studios. While Marvel are still doing the same thing, we're going to destroy you. Your success will merely be a memory. And you're going to remember the glory days. And you and your glory days will be in the past. And we're getting James Gunn, someone that was working for Marvel. And Kevin Feige, and you allowed him to slip through your fingers. I want you, and I want this video to be a reminder of what you lost. We all seen Phase 4, and this is the new normal at Marvel Studios. Apparently, Wakanda Forever is the best movie in Phase 4. It's like when married women say to me, Mick, you're better than my husband. And I reply, but your husband's a one-pump chump. That means it isn't a great compliment to be a better lover than someone who can't last for 5 seconds. And it's like calling Wakanda Forever the best movie in Phase 4. It's not. It's not as good as Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and it's certainly not on the level as Spider-Man No Way Home, a celebratory film for the greatest Marvel character of all time. But you MCU shields don't think Spider-Man is your greatest character. That sums up what it is to represent Marvel Studios. He is your greatest character. You don't even own your greatest character. DC own every character in the comic book universe of Detective Comics. And you don't. You don't own Spider-Man. What a loss. After buying up Fox and this and that, you still don't own Spider-Man. But we own all our characters. And very soon, after May, we are going to own your greatest creative ever. And he's going to forge a brave new future at DC. And your glory days will be nothing but a memory. You see, Marvel Shields, this is what happens when you lord it over people. Best movie ever, best movie ever. You had Campia and this one and that one telling us how bad DC is. But the thing is, the DCEU may not be a great franchise, but the movies are mostly superior to your movies. And now, not only will we have better movies than you, we will create a better franchise thanks to you. I want to thank Kevin Feige for giving James Gunn his opportunity with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and allow him to show DC how good he can make us. It's amazing. It's amazing, isn't it? To have the peak of Marvel live action and then to lose it. You've already seen your box office drop and you have beaten Black Adam. But you should really make the most of your victory over another DC movie because it isn't going to last. Because we took, I want you to remember this, we took what you had. It's ours now, not yours. It's over, Marvel fans. Your glory days are over. I want you to sit there in 2 years' time and watch the first entry into the DC universe, which will probably be the next Superman movie starring Henry Cavill. You tried to break us. Your leader, Kevin Feige, tried some tactics, let's say, to bring us down. He was so intimidated by Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, and he said this publicly, that he literally made the same film. For some reason, that film was a success and deemed as great, and BVS wasn't. Bit weird when it's the same fucking movie, right? We had Wonder Woman, you had Spider-Man, etc., etc. It's interesting, isn't it? But your glory days are now over, Marvel. James Gunn, your former writer-director is now ours. This has been Movies TV Mad. I am Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Please smash the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I'll see you again in the next video. Until I see you again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.